How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Nano Dimension is an interesting stock. From them raising $1.5 billion worth of cash, going from a $2 stock up to about an $18 stock. And now they have acquired a new company that we have to talk about today because it is a pretty interesting acquisition. This company is just one that sometimes I shake my head at, sometimes I'm really excited about, and sometimes I just don't understand. So we're going to go through it today, talk to you about what they're doing, some caution that you might want to know about with this new transaction that they made, and some excitement too. So if you guys don't mind just hitting the like button, helps out the channel a lot. Also, there is a link down below to BlockFi. So they're giving you up to $250 if you sign up and deposit. You can also get an interest rate up to 9.3% on your cryptocurrency. It's where I hold almost all of my crypto. And I will give you the scenario. Let's say Bitcoin goes from $50,000 a coin up to $500,000, like some analysts are saying. Let's say you make a significant amount of money and then you want access to it. You could sell it off, I suppose, but you would have taxable events. So instead of that, they actually give you access by giving you the ability to take loans against your crypto if that's something that you're interested in down the line. So if you become a crypto millionaire, you might want access to that money somehow without selling it. So that's where BlockFi can help. So let's take a look at NNDM. NNDM is up about 9% today. They were up more than that before. They went all the way up to $7.71. They've come down about 7% since then. The reason that NNDM has been so interesting to me as of late is because their market cap almost shows what their cash position is. So their market cap right now is $1.78 billion. It was lower before, and they have cash of about $1.5 billion. So their book value is almost as much as their actual market cap. So that's where NNDM almost seemed like a really safe bet to me over the last couple days. Now, the reason I didn't buy it yet was because of the fact that it could fall more. Technically, it could fall underneath the cash amount because they could say, oh, we're just going to burn a ton of cash and make it worthless. So just because they would go down to the amount of cash they had doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good value. So that's just one thing. So I was cautiously optimistic. I was looking at NNDM as a potential investment over the last day or two. And now they came out and they jumped up today because of an acquisition that they made public today. So they acquired machine learning / deep learning leader DeepCube for $40 million in cash and $30 million in shares. They say artificial intelligence will drive its 3D AI / ML distributed digital fabrication applications. Leading additive manufacturer electronics provider announced today that it signed a definitive agreement to acquire DeepCube. This will be for $40 million in cash and $30 million in American depository shares of Nano Dimensions, which will be subject to stand still for various periods up to 3 years. So they can't just sell off all $30 million. This closing is expected in the next few days, subject to satisfaction of customary closing conditions. This technology applies numerous patented breakthrough algorithms to improve data analysis and deployments of advanced deep learning-based AI systems. The machine learning application includes faster and more accurate training of deep learning models and drastically improves inference, performance, and real-time metrics. So I checked out their YouTube page, and they gave a little demonstration of this. It wasn't super interesting. Like, they didn't say anything, and it was just pictures on the screen, and one was going through and highlighting them a lot faster while the other one was going slower. So they say that they have 10 times speed improvements and memory reduction compared to some of its competitors. Also, the founders are Dr. Eli David and Yaron Eaton, DeepCube's chief technology officer and executive chairman, respectively. So both of these are on the directors of Nano Dimension. So this is where I'm a little bit cautious of this. This deep learning area, if you don't know what it is, it's essentially a subset of machine learning and artificial intelligence that has networks capable of learning unsupervised from data and data that's not structured or labeled. So it's kind of like this artificial intelligence where they are learning on their own. They're learning to learn. it's a sector that a lot of people think is going to grow very quickly. I mean, it's kind of the thing of horror movies or like sci-fi movies where a machine learns and then tries to overtake the human race. But what I'm a little bit cautious of is that these are people that are already in Nano Dimension and they're getting a payout to buy part of their company. Now, we already knew that Dr. Eli David was on the board of directors. This came out back in January, talking about how he's an AI expert, and this was something that a lot of people were excited about. He's worked with several Fortune 500 companies and major venture capital and private equity firms. He's someone that has talked before in public, and you can actually find speeches of his. So I think everything is above board, but the fact that they are buying from someone that's already in the company and they're buying tens of millions of dollars worth of intellectual property is something that you should be a little bit cautious of. I wouldn't be surprised if like a short report came out on them or something like that, but I'm not saying that will happen. Now, they say here the core of the solution will be DeepCube's AI ML DL brain that is expected to manage a neural network of edge devices, self-learning, and self-improvement. So what this is going to do is they are going to have this network of these 3D devices. So you might be able to buy, let's say you buy 10 NNDM printers. You might be able to have them in different locations. One says, okay, we need more parts here. We had a really high sell-through at this location, so we need to move parts from this plant over to this plant. We need to make these circuit boards a little bit different or whatever they're going to do. And it can actually improve the efficiency of their products. Now, this is all a little bit sci-fi-ish at this point, but as the technology comes further down the line, it is interesting. It kind of actually reminds me a little bit about what Palantir does. I don't think they're as much deep learning as just data analytics, but their applications are kind of leaning that way. So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to take this in-house. They could probably hire this out to someone else, but they're trying to take this in-house and potentially down the road maybe license it out to someone else or make some kind of revenue on it, or they just don't have to pay as much in the long run. So it is kind of interesting. I think this may be good for the company, but I think this is pretty far down the line still where this will actually pay off. With NNDM, I'm cautious about buying it too because of the market sentiment right now where companies that aren't earning money aren't in favor right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this drop down tomorrow. I mean, this is great, but what does this actually change about the company? Really, they need more sales. So maybe this is part of their sales pitch to different companies now that, hey, we have this, and maybe these other companies' CEOs and CFOs can understand what this brings to the table. But for now, it seems like something that sounds exciting, but I'm not sure exactly how it'll work yet. Now, they do have a call here in a few days to explain this acquisition, so hopefully that helps. Thank you guys so much for watching, and check out the link down below to BlockFi in case you want interest rate, a bonus, and the ability to actually take a loan out on your cryptocurrency down the line. You can definitely check that out. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys want to see my video about Doge Day yesterday and some of the cautions I had for it, you can definitely check it out here on the end screen. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.